What's up, everybody? Let me read something for you that I got inside the federal government of the United States of America and some active duty personnel inside the federal government of the United States of America and some military bodies as well. Let me show you proof before we head on that way. So that was the simulation contract that was issued to private corporations inside the United States of America. Now, here's the information that they're not talking about, because the simulation, the contract that they received, we were able to pull some files. Ooh. Anyway, so here's how it's going to go down, right? Go down from the inside, Not lies, folks. Not lies, folks. This information is authentic, but here's how it's going to be. You will get a notice.
A convoy of vehicles with the Iranians designated for execution has arrived at the execution site.
Ooh, Iranians are executing. Anyway, that's just my intelligence agency going over a bunch of data from all over the world, but Iranians are executing some stuff. Holy crap. They released a video here. Hold on one second. So, anyway, back to the draft. And why this information just came along is not coincidence. And why they're going to be drafting you, okay? And who you're going to be meeting out there in the mountains, okay? Let me show you. Oh my gosh. Let me show you what they're preparing for you. Because they're preparing for you there as well. At these sites. Back to the federal government. You receive a notice, but you failed to report to MEPS. Okay? Which stands for Military Entrance Processes Station, for those who are being selected by the Selective Service Place. These 8 entities, the MEPS sends an automated, it's going to be automatic because they're setting up an automatic system. So if your name doesn't pop up when the buses come, they are going to be automatically issuing you a report to the FBI. The FBI is going to upload your failure to appear into your CJIS, okay? Which is an automatic system for the federal government that is the Criminal Justice Information Services database, okay? They have an API that connects with the military, with the MEPS, that connects with the CJIS, okay? And then the Department of Justice sent out a 3-day notice for you to appear. And you're like, I'm not going to be drafted. I'm not going. So you basically don't show up. The DOJ gives your state representative, and as well as like not representative, but like the state attorney and local sheriff department, they issue a warrant to you. And the warrant goes into the CJIS, which is the Criminal Justice Information Services database for the FBI. They have all the background information about you. And then your state DMV receives a notice of the warrant and suspend your license right away. So if you check on the state website, the status of your license, and if it's suspended, then that means like, hey, don't drive anymore, because if you drive, they will arrest you, and then for driving with the suspended license, and after that they can see the warrant on there and they can take you in. The FAFSA, that stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid, okay? Your student loan that nearly $2 trillion are in debt. The whole United States of America is in debt to $2 trillion through student loan debt. cancel. They was going to cancel all student loans, and the TSA is going to get notified, and your passport is going to be flagged. Where that means you're not going to be able to travel. And then from there on, once the TSA is notified, then the IRS goes in and then they cancel your bank accounts. They completely freeze up all of your bank accounts and put on all tax, put a hold on all tax refunds, meaning that you're not going to be receiving any tax refunds. So that's the automated drafting service system. That's all automatically that they're trying to simulate who's going to be the bad apple, how they're going to capture you, and how they're going to like go along with this without having to go door to door picking you up like they did in Ukraine and sending you out. So that's how they're going to be doing. They're going to make you so dependent on a system that if you fail to appear at work because your license is suspended, then you're likely going to go homeless. And this is why they made living in your car illegal in America. And this is why they're making you in a really desperate state where you're going to be looking at the military as an answer for all of your problems. Okay? This is just my 2 cents because I like the American people. I think they're good people. You're ran by some really bad people. Really, really terrible people. And that's how the automatic draft service contract is going to be operated through the documents we've seen so far. Like, this is serious. This is serious going down. And the flock cameras is going to be looking at your car. That guy have a warrant. Go over there. The sheriff is going to be activated. This is why they're like, we got to put data centers everywhere. We got to monitor everything. Once the sheriff see your car going in and out of town and they see a warrant issue, they see an arrest warrant, they see a suspended license, they're going to get that report from the FBI, and then they're going to send you out to war. They're going to send out, they're going to take you in, they're going to register you inside the state, they're going to take you inside the prison system of the state, and then they're going to move you into a federal court. They're going to have buses. They already got buses and trains where they're going to pile a bunch of people in, and then they're going to send you out in these buses to federal prisons and everything else like that. Okay? That's the automatic draft services system that they're implementing right now.